How are you, Pa?
I'm good, ma'am. I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
Fine, Pa. Fine, Pa.
Abhinami, madam, just
Okay,
1
sir.
minute, madam. I will check whether the streaming is live and I will ask you to start, madam. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Sir, Jai Kumar, sir. Jai Kumar, sir, we are ready.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Please
madam.
check, please.
Yes, madam. Abhinami, madam.
Okay, sir. Good morning, everyone present here. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this generic series on this topic AI. Your in the dance of technology and humanity, AI plays the roles of the partner, guiding us to new possibility. Now, I welcome Dr. K. Saravanan, sir, Associate Professor, IT Department, R.M.D. Engineering College, to give the welcome address. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Abhinami, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
A very pleasant morning to one and all present here. Greetings from R&D Engineering College. I'm very much delighted to welcome you all to the 16th Generic Talk Series. This weekly talk series held every Sunday is organized to offer valuable insights into the latest advancements for students, faculty members, and parents. First and foremost, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the management of the R&D group of institutions, our principal sir, Dr. A. Anbucharian, and our head of the department, Dr. K. Balasubhatra, for their unwavering support in organizing these insightful sessions. Without their guidance and encouragement, events like this would not be possible. On behalf of Chairman Sir, Vice Chairman Sir, our Principal, Dean, Head of the Department, faculty members, students, and myself, it gives me a great pleasure to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our distinguished Chief Guest, Mr. N. Krishna Kumar, Vice President of Full Stack Development at BNY India Ltd, Chennai. Welcome you, sir. Today, we are honored to host a special talk titled AI, Your New Tech Companion. This title encapsulates the idea of artificial intelligence as a trusted ally in navigating the ever-evolving world of technology. It suggests a focus on AI roles in simplifying complex process, enhancing innovations, and serving a reliable partner in both and professional and personal. We are very confident that today's sessions will not only deepen our understanding but also spark a meaningful discussions and inspire innovative ideas on the topic. I encourage everyone to actively participate by sharing your questions and thoughts in the chat box at any time. Reset assured. We have allocated ample time for engaging and interactive question and answer sessions towards the end. Without further ado, let us begin this momentous occasion. Once again, and extend my heartfelt welcome to all present here. Let's make today memorable and enriching. Thank you and welcome you all.
You're on mute, I guess.
Abhinami, madam, you are
Abhinami, ma'am, unmute.
Thank you, Saravanan, sir. Now I welcome Dr. K. Prasanna Srinivasan, sir, Professor, IT Department, R.M.D. Engineering College, to give a brief introduction about our chief guest.
Thank you, madam. Good morning to one and all present here. Respected head of the department, Dr. K. Balasubhadra, madam. Respected fellow faculty members, my dear students, it's my pleasure to invite Mr. N. Krishna Kumar, Associate Vice President, Full Stack Development, BNY India Private Limited, Chennai, for this generic talk series 16 organized by our R.M.D. Engineering College, Department of Information Technology. I am proud and very much excited to introduce our chief guest today, Mr. N. Krishna Kumar. He is a seasoned professional with over a decade of experience in application development. Since started his career during 2011, he has advanced to the role of Vice President Application Development. His career trajectory includes significant roles such as developer, production service, transformation team member, and full stack engineer. He possesses a robust technical skill set with proficiency in mainframe, Java, Angular, Python, and machine learning as well. His commitment to continuous learning and ability to think creatively out of box have been instrumental in his professional growth. He was one of the proud alumnus of our R.M.D. Engineering College, where he completed B.Tech degree in Information Technology. He holds 2 PG degrees to showcase his academic excellence. One is MBA in Information Security Management, and another is MTech in Data Science and Engineering. His learning journey continues as he is currently pursuing Advanced Skill Diploma in Counseling and Psychotherapy. He has received Inotics Best of Class Award in early stage of his career and also featured one of top 5 group in BNY Global AI Hackathon. His professional journey is characterized by leveraging emerging technologies to drive innovation and enhance business processes. He excelled at translating complex technical concepts into actionable insights for stakeholders, transforming him as one of the valuable assets to his organization. We are very much fortunate to have such an expert person for our generic talk series. On behalf of management, principal, dean, head of the department, faculty, and students of R.M.D. Engineering College, I am pleased and happy to welcome Mr. N. Krishna Kumar on this occasion. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Krishna sir, for a brief introduction. Now it's my pleasure to welcome our chief guest, Mr. N. Krishna Kumar, Vice President, Full Stack Development, BNY India Ltd, to deliver his talk. Thank you, sir. Welcome you, sir.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, President sir, for the details, and thank you, Sarana sir, and everyone for the opportunities. And I'm happy to talk with R.M.D. folks and students. And I have in the past, I have come to students to see for the mock interviews and sometimes offline talks. And this is the first time I'm talking in live with many students in the live. So I'm very much happy for every student and every faculties and the college who have given me the opportunity. So let me show. I hope you can see my share now, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
So the topic which we chose was a new to tech companion. So when I chose this topic, right? So it was a very relevant topic, and at the same time, this is a trending topic. And whoever you go through in your day-to-day life, they talk about your AI. Okay, what are you doing with the AI? What you're doing with the AI, right? So with that idea, what I felt was I have went through a couple of videos in the past. I have almost following some of the videos on this generic talk series myself because I want to know what others in the other industries actually doing, and this is a very good initiative from our college. So what I see is even in the medical field, I think one of the dental person was showcasing about AI, another professor from a very different field was showcasing about the AI, and one other person was showing how do you have to coexist with AI, right? So today's, if I'm going to talk about the AI still, there is nothing going to be very different from what they told, right? So I'm currently working as an engineer and as an SME, and again I need to showcase what is actually we are doing in the AI, right? So let's split this talks into a very different way. Okay, let's take this very casually in a very different way. Um, so right? So where we started, how do we eat food in the starting stage? So during our very early stage, billions of years ago, we used to eat a raw meat, right? So later, people found fire. They started cooking and eating, and instead of eating for 30 minutes, 2 hours, they started eating in 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Then eventually, your revolution came up, and then the eating time reduced to 15, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Now it went to 30 seconds to 2 minutes. You can eat as quick as possible because of the technology development. The same happens in the AI forum as well. So when initially people found something, sometimes they doesn't even know whether it's a AI or not. One good example I could say is Alexa in the initial stage, Echo Dot, the first generation Echo Dot, right? So they are nothing but a smart form of AI. So you ask a question, it provides you an answer. You ask about a time, it knows the time from your network. So it try to gather the time and give it to you, right? They are not fully fledged AI, but it was a voice over AI with a very simple instruction. You most like a chat, right? Chatbot. So you give a question, it gives you an answer back. But what happened in the later stage, right? Chatbot created a revolution. That is nothing but your chat GPT created a revolution, a first AI revolution in which It created generative AI. So people started in 2023, 2022 to 2024, right? People started talking about generative AI, even though it was in the past, it was there. When people started talking about generative AI, everyone was started talking about generative, how to utilize generative AI. But I will tell you something, in today's industry, right? Most of the industries are finding it very difficult to create a use case out of it. They have a generic pattern, they give the pattern, and they try to get the answer from it, right? They are finding it hard to create a use case in the real time example. There are industries where it is booming like anything. Your generative AI or AI, agentic AI, all right? So they are booming like anything. So I want to tell you about something called as Van der paradox, all right? So this paradox is nothing but this paradox is nothing but if there is a innovation coming up, right? For example, a steam engine, I would say. When the initial stage, when the steam engine was there, people said, okay, steam engine is the best engine in the world. Then the consumption of water and the steam, every time you have to load a lot of water, the innovation went to electrical engine or reducing the biggest steam engine to the smallest steam engine. Then to petrol engine, then to electric engine. But what happened was people thought, okay, the more I innovate, people will, or the resources will be, the consumption of the resources will be very less, right? They thought, okay, the consumption of water is going to be less, I'm going to save water. But what happened was the innovation of the petrol or the EV consumed more water than the steam engine, right? And the consumption, because the consumption, the advantage in the technology makes people to consume a lot. So it became a reverse paradox there. So that is called Van der paradox. And in that case, I would say, where's the upper limit of an AI knowledge? The upper limit is only set by the human. Okay. There is nothing called as upper limit in any of the field. Even in the manual or user consumption fields, there is nothing called as upper limit. Okay. But initially the order was expected was something like A will be going to be more like a Skynet in the Terminator movie? No. It has a very long way. Yeah. It has a very long way. Right. So if you see what is the year of 2025 is nothing but agentic AI. People say it is agentic AI. And if you go through the term Gen AI, it turned into an agentic AI. Okay, what is the difference between Gen AI and agentic AI here? Right? Gen AI is more like you have to feed all the facts, right? And it will drive through the facts and give you a response based on your questions. Agentic AI is nothing but an MLOps of a Gen AI. When I say MLOps of a Gen AI, I can connect multiple Gen AI or multiple agents and create a agent which can do your task in a very proficient way. It's more like an assistant. It's more like a clone. That's why I say AI is going to be your new tech companion. So you need to start using AI. You shouldn't let AI use you. The way I say, you shouldn't be totally behind the AI. You should be ahead of the AI, and AI should be in a way it should support your growth. Okay. So when I say okay, coming back to the agentic AI, right? So agentic AI, I will give you one good example of agentic AI. So previously I said Echo Dot, Amazon Alexa Echo Dot, right? So if I ask a question, Alexa is going to give me the detail, right? Going forward, how an agentic AI will look like in the Alexa itself, even though today it is there, but they are not very proficient with the latest Alexa. But how it can go in the future is if I'm going to have some few friends in my home coming to visit me and I need to order food, right? Today also I can go Alexa, say Alexa, go order. If I tag along with all the Swiggy, Zomatos, everything, Alexa will go and again to the payment it will try to come to me. But agentic AI will be very different. I will be having a banking agent, I'll be having an ordering agent, I will be having a tracking agent, and I will be having a listening agent, something like this, right? So the listening agent is going to always listen to me. So whenever I say, okay, Alexa, there is a four friends and I have only 300 rupees in my hand, I need to order so and one of my friend is having a glucose problem, and one is a BP guy, and the other one can eat any junk, right? And at most I want to order everything with the 300 for the dinner. And I want to make sure I want the rating to be 3.5. I want to make sure all the instructions I give very detailed, right? But make sure your instructions are detailed, because most of the AI just work based on your instruction. There's always a high level switch where AI is not allowed to think for itself. People are making it to think, but in most of the industries, they will not do that because they want the data to be very constrained. So when the listening agent listens to you, it takes the order to the order agent. Order agents go to the your all your orders and make sure your banking agent provides only the secure details. So banking agent will be more secure, right? So this is the world of agentic AI is going forward. So it is more like your assistant. So if you have agents everywhere, so the banking agent not only provides you a payment, but also carry over all your banking statements or banking details, right? The biggest challenge today the industry faces is nothing but the data governance. The data is wide. Okay, you can get your data, you can feed your data, you can. So who's making sure this data is valid? And again, you have no idea whether the data is valid or invalid. First of all, authenticating that will become a biggest factor. So who's going to do that, right? In every industry, there is a team who make sure, okay, these are the data you can access, these are the data you cannot access. And sometimes they make you comment or authenticate, okay, this is the way I'm going to use my AI. I'm not going to misuse AI, because a lot of things can go break in this part, right? So now, I hope most of you guys would have used Copilot. If this is the first time you guys are hearing, Copilot is nothing but from Microsoft, and there is something called as Gemini from Google and ChatGPT from OpenAI. So what I will do is I don't want to bore you guys with my lectures or the talks. So I will try to show practically here and there what we can do about uh, or what are we doing today in the industrial world, where at least personally myself or most of the folks, I don't want to say personally myself, most of the folks use today this kind of Copilot, Gemini or ChatGPT to improve their productivity. Okay. Before that, I know there is a myth, a lot of myth that AI is going to replace people. It may do replace people, but not in the way we think. Uh, Maybe completely replacing someone will be like 30, 40 years, 50 years. I have no idea. Yeah. So if you've seen the movie called Titans, or I think uh, Eternals, right? There will be a person who says, "This is not the time for world to have fire. This is only for the time for the people to have the knife, right?" So the development of our own evolution took almost billions of years to even find a knife, but to find a fire, another very less lakhs of years, right? And water, and to go to the electricity, and to build phones, the evolution was cut short in the years, number of years. That means the evolution is faster in the recent billions of years, right? So I feel humans is going to be replaced very soon, but in a very different way. Like how? You will not be thrown out of your job immediately. You will be thrown out of your job if you are not coexisting with the AI, right? Initially, you have to be a colleague with the AI, but later stage, we have no idea if the AI learns everything from you. You might be replaced, you might not be replaced. Let's not go there. But at least for few years from now, you have to be a coexistence and to be friendly. More like you have to be a companion with the AI, right? So I will show you this. So this is more like a cover letter of mine, right? And let me try to grab this here, to the left hand side, so that it'll be easy. Okay. So if you see, I have asked like, so this was somewhere around 416 words, and let's assume there is an industry who is asking me to provide within the 150 words, right? A cover letter, provide a cover letter for me in the 150 words. All I did was do this And this is a simple question. As you know, this is a straightforward, simple question to more like a copilot. And the copilot is giving me an answer within 150 words, right? This is a one good way of talking. But what is a professional way of talking to the copilot, right? You always ask the copilot, assume you are a engineer. What? You need to give a persona to the copilot. What or who? Who, let's say, what? Giving the cover letter in less than 100 words. Now, tone, professional, and uh, let's keep it professional for now. Let's see how it gives the difference, right? And what else we can do? Uh, Experience, or I would say, don't what assume, right? Assume I give you are engineer who write cover letter. So this is more like a simple persona. So there are a lot of ways you can write a persona, right? The way it provides the wordings may slightly vary, and it provides you a different kind of words. Now it is just 100 words, and here it's 150 words, right? So sometimes it clearly varies your way, and if you change your persona, it provides a different way of stuff. Okay, and you can still ask what are the technologies in the current document. So it takes its own time. Technology mentioned. So it clearly gathers your details, right? So this is just a 2-page document. Well, assume you have a thousands of pages document based on your industrial way, right? So your copilot is going to help you in quickly grab. Or I can ask simply, let's say I have thousands of pages, right? I ask summarize the document with key points. It can simply summarize the whole page. So this is just a 2-page document, yeah. Just for the quick demo purpose, I have prepared it. So you see, so this prepared a very key points on what are the details in it. So and also it provides a tag along. So the moment I click, let's say I have thousands of pages, I have a tag in let's say 800 somewhere pages. I just click it out and it takes you there, right? So previously we used to do Control F and we need to read the document. So here are the highlights. My highlights is very clear, right? So this is one stuff. So coming to the PowerPoint. And some people ask, do you still use PowerPoint in the industry? Yes, we do use. Very rare purpose. And nowadays PowerPoint increases. Let me try to minimize this. So nowadays PowerPoint is being used in a very different way, not like how we do in the legacy systems, right? So if you see, this is a slide I just prepared out of a comment, right? So create a presentation about an AI, your new tech companion in less than 10 slides, right? I did not give any other instructions. So all it did was create a draft for me, right? If your instructions are very detailed and very clear, what you need in each slide and what kind of pictures you need in each slide, right? All you need to know how to put your English in a right way. This will literally create a good slides for you. Maybe let's try out very same thing very differently. Okay. Create me create me create me 5 slides, or let's go with a very simple 3 slides on machine learning. Slide 1 should contain, I have no idea how this is going to turn out here. Let's try it out. Slide 1 kind of should contain what, let's say, ML details with good AI background. Slide 2 should, sorry, slide should contain about, okay, slide should Two should contain something contain about what? MLOps. Let's say MLOps. And respective background, slide 3 of your choice. Okay. So in the previous years, when people try to create slides, they have to think innovative. Okay, what kind of, most of the times I personally do what kind of backgrounds I need to give for the relevant content, right? So now AI at least gives me an heads up or gives me an idea of what I need to do. Okay, this is taking some time. Even for the three slides, no, this shoot it up very quick. Maybe because there are previous slides. Okay, let's come back to the slide later. Okay. So coming to the next part. So this demo, let it go on. In the meantime, let's try to think through more about what is do. Okay. How initially people thought AI would replace, right? Let's come back to that point again. Initially, they thought it is going to replace the high level management of white collar people. But then it goes about a techie guy, a very low profile techie guy. Then they thought it will replace the creativity world, right? It's something talking. It is trying to record now. Sorry. But what happened was it was in the reverse order. It is booming very well in the creativity world, and techie guys started using it, and the evolution of Gen AI is still impacting where agentic AI is just pitching in, and it's more like in the POC format. And the white collar jobs, the high profile people, uh, have no replacement with the AI for now because uh, they they literally, okay, something went wrong. Please try again. Let's give a try one more time. Maybe this is because of I didn't reverse this page for a very long time. Okay, let's see. Bring this over. Yeah, this time this was fast. Working on your S1 or still slow. Looking things over. Almost there. Okay. Okay, still working on it. See, now understanding machine learning. It provides definition data driven application across and then followed by the introduction to MLOps. And it provides a very good example of MLOps, guys. The way you are going to connect your nodes, right? And third, I have given it to the choice and it gives the application of health machine learning. And this is a very good example. I wanted to talk about the healthcare application, right? Uh, so in the healthcare applications, when we realize where it can exactly use, right? Initially, I did my own project in my MTech where we could, not a project, but it's more like an assignment where I took most of the data from the Kaggle and we used to analyze whether the person is going to get a heart attack or the person is going to have a kidney failure or diagnosis of a COVID based on all the symptoms he's having, right? So predictive analysis becomes a very good and diagnosis becomes a very good machine learning application, but the only thing is you have to feed all your data, right? So it is not a very brainy AI or it is not a self-intelligence yet where it knows what exactly the doctors know. You can feed all the books, whatever you know in MBBS or whatever you know in MD, to the field, but there is something called as doctor's intuition. So that is nothing but a doctor knows exactly, okay, these kind of combinations can create, and he can literally relate. So in engineering world, you can relate, right, some book to the some book which is not related by the authors themselves, but in the back end, your mind knows, okay, this is and this are related, and that intuition only doctors can get. And nowadays, in most of the health organizations where they go is, there are patients who eat more than 10 tablets, 20 tablets a day, right? And they go to different doctors. So, for example, one will go to the heart specialist for 5 medicines, and another goes to the kidney. A person will be having a sugar, BP. So they take multiple tablets. and there will be always having a family doctor who consolidate this everything for them, right? So today, where your AI helps is application, you feed all your tablets with all your MGs, right? It can literally say if any of the tablet can impact your health in a longer run if the combination is not good. Of course, your doctors is not going to agree sometimes because most of the doctors not interested in Google or AI. That is a real fact. We need to uh, appreciate their profession. We need to literally trust their profession. But there is a change in trend where doctors are accumulating this data, right? So they wanted to know, okay, how I can help my patient further better, similar to how we engineers are do in our project, or how we can improve the productivity. So even though the doctors nowadays are encouraging this, right? So this is a very good example in the healthcare profession where they, the moment they know this is a typing tablet, and they try to get your prehistory, and the moment they know this medicine is going to impact, again they are going to use their own intuition to know whether this tablet is going to help the patient or not. If not, they are going to try to reduce the mg, increase the mg, or totally change the tablet. This is a very one good example here. And financial application, nowadays there is something called as a stock trading. They do fundamental analysis, they do trading analysis based on the AI data. But I don't think so that will be a very even 70-60% accurate, because today's stock market or any of your trading is purely depends on your live news. And recently, I think I forgot the name of the tool which actually goes to your news data, money control, whatever the news data is trying to collect your regular news data. And then based on that, it takes a key items out of the news data headlines, and then it is trying to connect that to the existing market. So let's say there is a news happening in L&T or some of the industries today, it is trying to connect the stock market of that news in the previous history and see how the trade went up or down, and trying to analyze and provide you, right? So, but you have to be very, because if you ask for everything, then it is going to take time, and before that results going to come up, the trade has gone. Your buying time has gone, your selling time has gone. So you have to be very specific. Again, there you have to use your own human intelligence there to insight on how to find. Actually, you have to use your insight to find the hindsight of the AI. So this is one good example, guys. And there is something other called creating a posture. So this is called designer in the Microsoft. So Microsoft always give you a bundle of package. Copilot is part of Microsoft 365, not your regular Microsoft. If you have not used in the past, and 365 for, I think for everyone it is a 1 month, and for students it's a 2 month free. So whenever you have your project works in your college, so and so, try to install this for 2 months, and that is going to help you. So better in your final year college students, they can actually use to summarize their project, correct their project. That will be very useful, guys. So you used to create a document of 50-40 pages and very hard to go from top to bottom, and your AI agent is going to help you. The Word document, a copilot is going to help you. You can create out of the document, you can upload the document to the PPT and create a PPT out of the document. It can literally do that as well, right? So nowadays, that is a very good productivity improvement where we don't spend time in presenting something to the management, where I need to spend a day to create a very fancy presentation. No, I give a copilot and it gives me a draft, and I'm just going to touch base here, right? So this is, let's see what this designer does, right? So create with AI. Let's see, let me try to refresh. Design from scratch. Image. Let's see what it does. Okay, description. Me presenting AI your new tech company and push to, right? Size, I ask for a square. Okay, let's see, generate. Oh, usually it asks for my photo. Why it is not asking? Okay. When I was doing trial, I gave my photo. So it literally created me a poster for me. So this is can you can use for if someone is in creative world like YouTube developer or someone. So you see, it provided some picture so that you can use in a dynamic way. And there were options to give my own photo. I forgot how I did that. create a background. I totally forgot it, guys. So if I'm going to give my photo, this most of the time this get replaced with mine, where I'm trying to give my presentation out in the world, right? So this is one very good feature I see, and this is in the bundle of Microsoft, and you have other softwares, Outlooks, and other wherever everywhere Copilot is integrated, right? So this is one practical example today in industry we do. Okay. So now coming back to our regular discussions, right? Let's go back to the Zoom page. I will show you something. Very specifically for students, there are some AI tools in the world. So there's something called a study fetch, right? Study fetch. I'm not sure whether you people heard in the past, uh, or if you're already using, or to the people who's not using, this might be very useful. Study fetch is nothing but you can literally scan your whole book, or if you have the whole PDF of your book, ebook, right? You can load it to the study fetch, similar to Copilot, but in the study fetch, it is providing a very different features where it will provide you highlights if you ask for the highlights or any important stuff. You can load your past question papers, right? So this is one good example for the students as well, or a use case for the students. We used to have a question bank or a last 5 years question paper, 3 years question paper to crack our exams, right? Or at least a 2 years or previous year. So you can give the data to the study fetch, and it can somehow predict you. Okay, this is the probability of very high this question can come into your current semester as well, and it will say only the probability is high. It will not say accurately this is the question, right? And this is one way of getting your questions quickly. Second thing is, you studied but you want to test your knowledges. It can provide you a quiz out of the documents whatever you fed. Let's say you uploaded a document of data structures, it can provide you a quiz of data structures so that you can refresh your knowledge very quickly during your bus journey or train journey, wherever you sat back. uh, there you can quickly check, okay, what I know about linked list, what I know about stuff. Or if you go for the AIML courses, what you know about structure, what you know about unstructured, right? So this is a very quick learning in the study fetch. And something is called as Google Notebook LM, and this is going to be very powerful in the future, guys. So it can create your text in a way. Let's say you feed your data in a very long run, and it knows exactly how you are going to type out next. Let's say I'm going to have a 2 days, 3 days of data of mine to feed it into that. It exactly knows how I'm going to predict it, right? And there is something called as Cloud AI, Cloud AI. It uses NLP to write codes. And what else we can know about is, um, coming to the AI tools, right? How AI tools are segregated today. Standalone AIs or one stuff that is nothing but your ChatGPT, Gemini, and I'm not sure whether you heard of Midjourney, right? So these are the AI tools, and there are more of AI tools. And integrated AI is nothing but Copilot, which is integrated to the MS, and Gemini again integrated to the Google, right? And the third category is nothing but the custom AI, which can provide a specific solution, is nothing but the agentic AI is going to be in the group. So these are the ways currently AI is being targeted. And okay, let me show you another very one good example. Okay, let's go to Gemini. I don't know if Hayden is still working for me. Let's go to Gemini. Okay. So people who have already used Gemini, good. If not used, you can still install in your mobile app, PC, everywhere. So what I'm going to ask Gemini today is, mm, can you summarize my emails today? I have connected to my Gmail, and wherever it is getting connected. So the similar thing, Copilot can work with your Teams chat, and it can work with your Outlook emails. Gemini can work with my uh, Gmail actually, right? So your instant error is ready. So this is how it can summarize. So I know exactly what I know, and which are the, if I click, it will take me to the emails. And if you give the right prompt, it can actually create a response for you for if these are the emails, right? You cannot automate the response, but you can create a response. In our industry, what we do is we want to write a professional email. So we do write a professional email based on the knowledge. But so I integrate a Copilot into the Teams or my Outlook, right? So The moment I ask my copilot to, okay, re-engineer or review my email once before, or sometimes without our knowledge, our tone will be very different. The tone we set out in our mind, excuse me, the tone we set out in our mind will be very different to the tone we put it into the paper, right? So we want to make sure how AI understands that when we try to put it into larger stakeholder groups where we don't want to offend anyone in a very professional tone, we ask Copilot and it will make sure if the mail is very good, it will say, okay, the mail is already good, you can go ahead. If it wants to correct some grammatical mistakes, it will do. And again, if you want to set a tone, you can say professional tone, funny tone, or you can say a tone where I'm a manager, I'm going to talk with the subordinate, or a tone where I'm a user of a consumer of a very big stakeholder group. So it will change the tone accordingly of that email, right? So your tone will most probably how your mind will be tuned is the tone of your mind will be tuned in the way you talk with your regular colleagues. So you talk regularly with average of 15 colleagues, your tone will be set out only to the 15. When there's wider audience, your tone should vary where you can attract with the email or attract with the audience, right? So that is one way of using AI, right? Okay. So what else we have in the AI path? So prompting, guys. I personally believe in the future, how you guys study data structure, AML course, there will be a course something called as prompting or prompt engineer. Definitely, there's going to be a subject. Okay, why? Whatever you talk in LLM model, that is large language model, to ChatGPT or stuff, is basically your prompting. All right. If you give your prompt in a right persona or right justification, there are a lot of ways of prompting, guys. I initially thought, okay, prompting is going to be what I type. I going to know. Prompting is very different. Okay, I'm still learning prompting to communicate with the ChatGPT or Gemini or Copilot and get the data out of it. All right. So prompting is nothing but your basic English. So NVIDIA or you see other CEOs like Sundar Pichai or Sundar Nadar has given a statement that initially they have given statement that you don't need to know programming. You need to know English going forward. But later they fine tuned that in a way you need to know programming, right? There's no difference because if the answer is going to be given by the Gemini, if you don't know whether it's the right answer or wrong answer, then what's the point of doing a program? So you need to know programming, but to speed up your process, you need to know English better, right? And you need to know how to write an English, right? So the way I showed you, assume before I put assume, right? When I asked to write consolidate this in 150 words, it try to consolidate in 170 words. If I say assume I am a student, it will write in a very different way. Assume you are. I'm making a subconscious mind of an agent within the use of assume. So agent assumes itself to be a persona. I'm going to give it to her or her. I don't think so. We still gendered the AI, right? So that AI is going to react in such a way the persona is given and when, what, how, notes, a lot of details how you give, even the output you expect. Let's say you need a JSON output, you need a comma separated output, it exactly gives you the details what you needed out of it. So that is the power of Gen AI right now. And agentic AI is completely building up a little bit, and we will be catching up very soon on the agentic AI as well. Okay, now going back to the Copilot. So this can be done with Copilot or we can still do it with the Gemini. Let's try it on both, right? I think I have some kind of Google Vilo. Okay, this is something I'm going to give. Okay, and before that, let's ask. So this is one of the question I was trying to test it out, right? So can you? So in the email somewhere I had my resume. This has been a very long past, right? So I'm asking Google Gemini, can you find my resume? Let's see when this email was put out. I found two resumes. You see, 2022 and 2023. This is impossible for me to go to the Gmails, guys. Okay, and it also brought the attachment to me. And this is I know based on this, this is the latest resume, this is the old resume, this is the latest resume, and I need to fine tune my resume after 2023. Right? Usually, I store it in Google Drive or somewhere in a or in the email somewhere. So this is a very quick way to gather. If you know there is something out there, I know you do Google Gmail in the search, but this Gemini is going to do a smart way of search and give it to you back, right? So this is one good thing. And coming back, so this is a simple example. Okay, let's try to put it onto the Gemini. You see, I asked for it to write a code to read a table and provide a REST response. Also, provide me a request and response format of it, right? Basically, it provide me the details in a very detailed, not a detailed manner, but at least at the high level. It did not give me a poem or something, right? Let's go to the Copilot now. Put the same instruction. You see the difference? The difference is the integration of how the AI is going to work. In this, it wrote me a code exactly what I asked, right? And it provided a request format. No, it did not provide a request format. It provided a response format. No, but it provides some kind of example how my format is going to look and the explanation of all the above, right? But when I put it into the Copilot, the way it works is different. That's why I say each AI is very different. Not AI, all AI. ChatGPT is different. Copilot is different. Copilot is built very specific for current Copilot is built very specific for the professionals who can drastically improve their productivity, right? So basically, it provide me the dependencies which I literally need to build this project and the table details and it's the interface of it and the controller of it and the properties which I need to put it out and literally the main class file as well, along with my sample JSON response and how I need to hit the endpoint. This is so detailed, guys. Just with couple of lines, I can literally have a very draft set of code, right? And if you have integrated Copilot, so now we can integrate this with Eclipse, you can integrate with IntelliJ or VCO or VS Code or Python, whatever you use for Python, right? So anywhere you can integrate this Copilot today. So I personally integrate in IntelliJ. So this improves my productivity a lot where I ask questions. So I have a very complex logics which I need to put. So sometimes I put it in my brain, I try to figure it out, I do stuff. But to correct sometimes, or sometimes I try to test it out in the Copilot, I just whatever I have in mind, I put it by step, line by line. This is the way it is to build. It is going to give me in a minute. This is the logic you're trying to do, and it can also do something magic. So it can do the betterment of your code. Let's say I'm going to write a two for loop or a two streams, parallel streams, which I want to optimize into something very good. Your Copilot can give you a very optimistic code as well. You can improve your code stability. You can improve your performance in a better way. And as a lead, where I use personally is to review as well, right? Previously, to review the code, I need to go to the code. Okay, this dependency is there, this dependency is there, whether this dependency is really used or not, right? What I will do is I will just copy this dependency, put it into the Copilot, and ask whether in this particular project this dependency has been used or not. If no, it will say exactly yes or no. So basically, I can remove this dependency, or I will give the whole POM and ask Copilot to list me the dependencies which are not used in this project, but which was junk in the POM structure, right? And I literally ask another way, try to review your question. Assume you are a reviewer, or assume you are a lead reviewer, and you want to review the code line by line, check the dependencies, check the code. I don't want any of the system out dot println, so this store stuff. I have a set of instructions like 10 to 15 set of instructions as a reviewer. I always give the Copilot that, and it will give you a review comment very quickly, right? But I still do a review. Addition to that, I always do my own review, and I have a very different persona of other than Copilot. Sometimes I don't agree with what Copilot gives. Sometimes it's not correct. Sometimes it is correct. So I always try to review myself, and I take the lead from Copilot as well. Sometimes I cannot go. Sometimes as a human, I try to skip some of the lines because I assume they are not important, but there could be error in those lines. So those things will be very much detailed given by the Copilot, right? So that's why I say you don't have to work alone. You don't have to trust the Copilot or AI, but you have to work with them, start working with them. Assume they are your new companion in the future or current world, right? So today it is becoming easy. Today, if I have to learn, there are a lot of YouTube channels to learn, right? You go ask any YouTube channel, they give you these are the 9 AI tools you need for 2025, so and so. You have Copilot, you have Gemini, they are free, right? Copilot at least they cost. Gemini is free, ChatGPT is free, 3.5 is free. If you can afford, go for 4.0, that is very better. And Gemini also have an upgraded version. If you or affordable much, you can still go for a Copilot and you can integrate Copilot in a day-to-day code basis. Try to learn them, right? And I will tell you guys, this is a this is a time where you are in the part of industrial revolution. Okay, when I was studying, there was not a big revolution. ML was booming, not booming in ML. There was a talk of ML in 2011 itself, but not vaguely. It was used by vaguely by telecom industries. It was vaguely used by creativity industries. Nothing more than that. People are not so much sophisticated with AML at that point of time, right? But the evolution already started at that time. The evolution was with ML, the evolution was with DL, they were augmented reality, augmented AI, something they try to build, automated cars. So and so was there. Whenever there is an industrial revolution happening, guys, all right? So you have to be part of it. That is how you grow in a very good standards. People who are in mid of the industrial revolution, people who are at the end of industrial revolution, right? They are not going to gain much. They are going to live with the industrial revolution, right? But Gen Z or Gen Alphas, right? You guys, I'm not sure whether it's cross Gen Alpha, but I know Gen Z and Gen Alpha. So these folks are in the origin of the uh, industrial revolution with AI, right? So try to catch it up. Try to learn AI. At least try to learn how to use an AI. You don't have to be an AI engineer or you don't have to be an ML engineer. Or if you want to be a very passionate about it, you can still go at it. But if you want to coexist and you want to boom yourself to the top layer or the 1%, I say the pyramid on the top is a 1%, right? So 1%, you have to be in a proficiency of using multiple AI tools. And with your engineering knowledge, you need to know, and most of the AI tools are providing API services as well. It's not like you go to the sites, you try to click it, you open it, you access it, right? They provide API services. So as an engineer, you should know how to connect them. There is something called as 11 labs, where you train the 11 labs with 2 hours of your audio, right? So in any language, let's say you have very fluent in Tamil, English, Hindi, Telugu, whatever it is, you can train in 2 hours in each of the language and you can maintain your folder for it. And the next time you have something on your data content, you provide the text and you select which language you want to build the text. It will try to build exactly in the voice and the emotions you pitched in about the text. If you put an English text, you select an English, it will try to put all your emotions, whatever you spoke. That is a way it is training, but it has to be a minimal 2 hours, I guess. 2 hours audio you need to pop in it. So that is called 11 labs. So Hagen, let me see if Hagen actually created it. I'm not sure whether people you have used Hagen. Uh, I thought I will create one for you guys getting started. Let's see if Hagen has created anything. It says done. Hagen is free, I think, once in a month. No. So let's see. I'm not sure how this is going to look like again. Next. Got it. So let me play it. Krishna, your instant avatar is ready. Try creating videos with it. Also, click the feedback button to share what you think. Hope you enjoy. You see, this video is very cool, right? And you don't see much of a difference, but this is purely AI generated video. This is not me. I just uploaded a couple of minutes of my videos with different actions. And this is a very limited set. Because it takes time to create it. And I provided text format. I did not even provide audio format. It took my text format in. If you see the voices matching with me, right? It's not their own voice. Try creating videos. So if you put a text and if you use 11 labs, you can literally create YouTube shorts very quickly, guys. Right? There's a tip for you. Hagen and 11 labs are very powerful combos. But if you can pay, you can still go for very bigger videos and bigger time. There are credits for it. This is a very cool feature, guys, and this is a very basic one, and you won't find any difference here, whether it's a AI generated or whether it's really a human being talking, right? Don't assume I uploaded a video of me recorded. No, you can go there. Hagen is a very powerful tool, and there are something called as Verbo, and Verbo basic features are very medium. but when you pay, it is very good. But Agent without paying, I think it's once in a month, 2 videos or 3 videos you can pick in 30 seconds maximum. I think for if you are creating initially, if you are a creator, Agent is going to look good for you, right? I'm trying myself to betterment in that. So this is the way you need to learn, guys. So you go to YouTube. So there is a learn, there is degree, there is Udemy, whatever you use, right? Again, everything has their own very professional, and YouTube also you have, but don't go for pay and learn, guys, in most of the YouTube channel unless you have a very good feedback about them, right? So finally, if I want to say, okay, I'm not sure whether you have heard about Google Vilo. That's nothing but your quantum computing AI. If you you have to imagine the power of that, it is still in progress. I think they have already proven that with the supercomputer today we have in our world against the Google Vilo, to process a data which is from the start of the universe, it took only 5 minutes to process them. Okay, that is the power of Google Vilo, and it is going to be a tremendous, guys. So there are a lot of vast features out there, a lot of vast industry out there. You don't have to be okay when people talk about AI. It is not only about AI. AI has ML engineer, ML ops. You have a chip developer. NVIDIA is more like a chip developer, right? So the processor. So if an electronic person so more interested, how okay, I'm going to boost this. So the quantum while or Google Vilo is another example, right? How it is getting those processing speed. Okay, so this is how A is. A is not one. A is more like an engineer. A is subdivided, can be again subdivided, can be IT, so and so, computer science, triple E, ECE, mechanical, whatsoever, guys. So everything is combined together, and in mechanical industries, in all industries, it is booming today, right? I hope I not bored you with my boredom talks. I hope I given some cool examples how today in industry we use, how I personally use, and I'm too excited in the AI world, right? I totally agree. In my mobile, I have ChatGPT, I have Gemini, I have Live Gemini as well. So what I do is I talk regularly with it and try to make sure it is creating a model out of me, and it exactly knows what I'm going to ask next. Or um, I basically I try to have it as my new companion wherever I go. If I buy some food, I know exactly. I tell okay, I'm buying this for this much, this much, this much, and it exactly tell me okay, you don't have to eat this because your calories is so and so. I ask the model, okay, I need to prepare myself for so and so trekking, so I need to prepare myself with this kind of calories, and it exactly tracks me, guys. So previously we used to have Apple Health, everything, right? So we used to track. Now my Gemini or Copilot try to track me. Mostly Gemini try to track me. It will tell if I'm going to order something. It exactly knows what I'm ordering. That is kind of a horror for me, but at the same time, it tries to, at least I tell him the data. It tries to track and tell me, okay, KK, you have to reduce your stuff in the next coming dinner or the next day so that I can plan accordingly. So this is a very good, as I said, this is a very good year of agentic AI, and you guys are Gen Z and Gen Alphas are in a very good revolutionary industrial time. Try to grab on, don't just grab on, try to grow up to the top with the usage. Okay. I hope did not bore them with my talks. I hope I have shown you something interesting, and I love to meet you guys personally as well to show more of what we do today. And thank you, guys. Good evening, and thank you personally for on the Sunday afternoon. You guys are catching up with me, and very much appreciate what you guys are doing. And thank you all the professors and staff, Saran sir, Prasanna sir, and Abhirami ma'am, and VP sir, and principal sir, and personally chairman sir. I know I met him personally only once when I joined in 2007. So I will take this opportunity to personally thank every one of them. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Krishna Kumar.
Thank you.
Thank you, Krishna Kumar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable information on your AI and your real-time demos. And now I welcome Dr. K. Prasanna Srinivasan, sir, to give vote of thanks.
Thank you, madam. Actually, it was a very demo like instead of theoretical examples, practical examples we had, and during our last 15 generic talk series, this 16th generic talk series was a unique one.
Thank you, sir.
So, which you have taken today as with several examples of new AI tools with which the students and even industry persons can use it for increasing the productivity. So, a glimpse of what you have touched upon today is about Gen AI and agentic AI. What is the difference between Gen AI and agentic AI? And how these MLOps of Gen AIs can be put together to form agentic AI, and what are all the supports these AIs will give for data governance in healthcare applications, finance applications, and how these Gen AI and agentic AI can be used for genuinely assisting our work and ethically, okay, so for performing our day-to-day activities or work to increase our productivity. And you have also touched upon the important aspect where, as time goes on, as quickly as possible, we need to be coexist with AI so that our efficiency in our work improves a lot. And you have demonstrated with several examples of AI tools such as Copilot, Gemini. You touched upon about prompt engineering, and you have categorized the different AI tools into standalone AI, integrated AI, and custom AI. And finally, two important things advancement is how the students can use that study fetch that is more helpful for the students community. And then you touched upon about the quantum computing AI, that is Google Velo. So all these will be having a glimpse. We had a glimpse of these things, and hope the students and as well as the faculty members in our activity we will be using in near future these AI tools. So thank you very much, Krishna Kumar, for spending this much time for our students on behalf of R.M.D Engineering College. I once again thank you very much for this wonderful session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Krishna.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hope to see you in person soon, right?
I will be very happy to come, ma'am, always for our students and for you.
Thank you so much, Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Krishna Kumar. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sir Jay Kumar, sir, we can end up the session, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you, sir.